How's it going, guys? Akira here, and today marks the end of an era. Today, the stores for the Xbox 360, the marketplace, have shut down. They no longer work. Um, it's unfortunate, but yeah, we've had over 10 months to prepare for this. So I hope you guys got all your digital games, your DLCs, your gamer picks, your themes, everything you had to get in here. Because yeah, you won't be able to have access of it. I pretty much got everything I wanted. Um, I don't think there's anything that you know, there might be something that I remember and I'm like, oh shoot, I should have gotten, why didn't I think of it or forget? But other than that, any major stuff, got it. It would be something like a gamer pick or theme or something for your like a clothing piece for your avatar. But yeah, I know a lot of people grew up with this console. A lot of them are, you know, kind of sad because it sucks that it goes back to the theme of digital versus physical. Physical is always better, and obviously anything that has to do with game preservation is just gone. Games that were only available in the online store for the 360 that aren't accessed anywhere else are gone. That's it. Unless somebody grabbed the ROM files and dumped them on the internet. If unless that happened, there's no way to ever access them. Or I guess unless you hack the consoles. Um, but yeah, it sucks that those games. I wish every game that came out digitally also had a physical version, so that way when stores shut down like these, you still hold them, um, and could insert the disc and and stuff like that. But yeah, they're gone. Most of the games that are gone as well are not backwards compatible on the newer Xbox because I want to say less than half, actually definitely less than half, about 40%, maybe even 30%, as low as 30% throughout the whole 360 library are available on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. And let's say 65% are just gone, just gone. Um, but yeah, that's the very scary thing, the sad thing about it. But yeah, I don't know if people are gonna start hacking these consoles soon. I mean, I would assume they will. If they figure out exploits and and kind of like how they are with the Wii and the Wii U and the 3DS store. When they have their own version of the store, so you mod the consoles and have them. But yeah, but besides everything, it's just gone. It's completely gone. It sucks, but it's we've already seen the writing on the wall. The only ones left are the PS3 and the PS Vita. They're the last, the sole survivor because the Wii, the DSi, the 3DS, the Wii U, the PSP, and the Xbox 360, all their online stores are shut down. So yeah, only the PS3 and Vita are left. And trust me, when that happens, that's gonna be a shitstorm. Because if you thought that these games are getting expensive and skyrocketing, don't even get me started when it comes to PS3. PS Vita's already, you know, been skyrocketing, even with the store still active, just because of how you know rare the Vita is since it didn't sell a lot. But the PS3, all those exclusives and that are only stuck on PS3 and then you can't play them anywhere else, those are gonna go crazy. I would estimate they might go GameCube and Sega Dreamcast numbers. Maybe not crazy like Sega Saturn, but stuff definitely around the GameCube and Dreamcast numbers in terms of price. Excuse me. Because these are going up, but I have a feeling those will be as because obviously PlayStation 3 has more exclusives and more games are stuck in that machine than 360 have because the Xbox historically isn't about the exclusives and even more evidence that their exclusives, those are some of the first games um, that are backward, that were added to the backwards compatibility on the Xbox One and the Series X. But yeah, as you see here, I have two models. I have the fat model and then the slim model. Um, Very cool console. I'm gonna share my history and my thoughts on this console just a little bit because I want to save that for another video that I'm planning on. But yeah, I do like the Xbox 360. I like it a lot. Um, I'm not the biggest fan of Microsoft and the Xbox brand. Um, I don't like the way that they handle exclusives, since they virtually have none. Or well, that's incorrect. They have very little exclusives, and then the ones that did have, they are doing nothing with them. Example: Banjo Kazooie, Viva Pinata, and then a lot of the Conquer games, Blinks, anything that was in the OG Xbox and early 360 era. They forget they exist. They stuck with Forza, Halo, Gears of War, Forza, Halo, Gears of War, Forza, Halo, Gears of War. And then maybe throw in a Sea of Thieves or something, like every 5 years or whatever. But anyways, I digress. So I do like the Xbox 360. Um, I still like the OG Xbox better. Um, so for me, the OG Xbox is my favorite. This is a close second, and then the newer consoles, they're just whatever to me, to be honest. This and the OG Xbox is when Microsoft felt the most creative, the most definitely their peak, but the most creative, and because they had any type of genre for any game. And I'm talking just to exclusives. I know, I'm not talking about the multi-platform third-party games that were on this and everything else like PlayStation, PC, blah blah blah. I'm talking about their exclusives. They had mascot platformers. They had racing games. They had fighting games, RPGs. They had a lot of the early 360. They had a lot of Japanese RPGs because they wanted to appeal to every gamer. So during it was funny enough. It was during when this was before this came out. This was the 360 that we had. Um, this was when they had a lot of Japanese RPGs, and they were trying. They were actually genuinely trying. On top of that, you could play about half ish of the OG Xbox games. So yeah, and then around the Don Matrick era, where it was just all Connect, all first person shooters, all blah blah blah. And they stopped and they moved away from that creativity. It was when this era, this one came out in the Don Matrick era. So that's kind of when Xbox kind of like, they were already not my favorite because I definitely prefer PlayStation and Nintendo over Xbox. But that's when they were like, they were like wow, like if this continues, I might like Xbox better than Nintendo. You know, it might be up there with PlayStation for me, and Sega, even though they stopped making obviously consoles and stuff. But I still hold them as my favorite, one of my favorites hardware manufacturers. But yeah, but unfortunately, they kind of just dropped the ball, and then after the Xbox One and et cetera, et cetera. So just little memory, little things. My thoughts on the Xbox 360. Games that I still have still work. You gotta be careful because the games that are only on 360 that are nowhere else, those are gonna skyrocket. Heck, even games that are also on PS3 and 360, the 360 versions are skyrocketing. Meanwhile, the PS3 versions are keeping their low price. But then it's a catch 22 because then the 360 version is gonna be so crazy expensive that people are gonna be like, okay, I'm just gonna get the PS3, and then the PS3 versions are gonna rise. So it's something. It's crazy. It's crazy how it works. And especially games that are stuck on PS3 and 360 and that are not on Steam or the newer consoles like PS4, PS5, the new Xbox. But yeah, when it comes to, I think I said in my last video, when it comes to collecting for 360 and stuff, I'm pretty much almost done. I pretty much got almost everything I want for the 360. I think I'm gonna pick up like 5-ish more games on the 360 before I'm kind of like satisfied and because yeah, because like I said in the other video, I prefer the PlayStation. I think PS3, 360. Let's compare those two. I prefer their exclusives more. They have more exclusives. A lot of the multiplats, and Miami multiplats. The games are multiple platforms. The third-party games, I play them more on PS3 because I like the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray drive. They're prone to less scratches, and since those games are old and they don't sell them brand new, you're forced to get them on the used market, and that includes the risk of having scratched discs. And Blu-ray, they can hold they can hold more of a beating than DVD discs. And then I just prefer it. But anyways, but other than that, yeah, I want to say I have like around 5 or 6 more 360 games I get before I'm satisfied with my and my collection for the 360. Um, Another thing I figured out, but I'm not gonna go too crazy on these, is the faceplates for the OG Xbox. So for example, as you can see here, I have the Viva Pinata. I don't know if you guys can see, maybe the Viva Pinata 360 faceplate. So maybe I get to customize some of this. I'm not gonna go too ham on these because a lot of these, they're generic ones that I guess don't catch my eye, and then the really cool ones are crazy expensive. Like the beautiful Katamari one is crazy. The Dead or Alive Extreme 2 beach volleyball game, whatever, that one's crazy expensive. So I'm not gonna go too ham on these. So I can replace remove the faceplate and try this one on for a little customization. Yeah, so that's in terms of hardware. And then for the Slim, I might get the R2D2 Star Wars one, even though I'm not a big Star Wars fan. That was just so cool. The way when you turn it on and you press the button, it goes a the little R2D2 effect. Same thing when you click the eject disc, and the blue light that it shows instead of the green light. I always thought that was so cool. If I ever run into it, it's nothing like nothing crazy. I'm gonna be like, I want to get it now, so I'm gonna go. If I ever run into it, good condition, good deal, I'm gonna pick it up. So yeah, that's in terms of the hardware stuff. I'm not interested in the Xbox 360e. That's a little redundant. I have this one, I have this one, and then I have a Japanese Slim. So I have 2 American 360s and then a Japanese Slim 360 for the Japanese games. Since that's another thing, unfortunately, this is not region free; it's region locked. So if you want to get the import games, you gotta get an import console as well. But yeah, not gonna go too deep on this because I want to make a separate video talking about my whole retrospective and my whole history and thoughts on the Xbox 360, and then comparing its stuff, with other consoles, that I want to compare it to, within the Xbox ecosystem, and also outside the Xbox ecosystem, including Nintendo and PlayStation and PC. But yeah. The store closes down. Let me know what you guys think. Were you guys able to get everything you ever wanted from the store? Do you guys, still regret not be able to pick up a few things here and there? But yeah, this is a sad goodbye for the Xbox 360. PlayStation 3 and PS Vita are the only stores left. Let's see how longer, they're gonna stay up. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.